Look, a door. What's behind it? My bikes, of course. Wow. I finally took the time to rearrange my chaotic shed and turn it into a place that actually works for me. It used to be annoying, even dangerous, to take a bike out for a ride. Now I have easy access to all three bikes, and I can reach every section of the shelf where I keep tools and parts and helmets and stuff. The real game changer for the bikes was getting these wall-mounted racks up so I can store two bikes vertically. The racks are actually mounted on the shelf, not the wall. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I even have my bike stand in a decent position in here so I can work on the bikes in the shed, which is often more convenient than doing it outdoors or inside my house. In fact, it's time to do some work right now. The bottom bracket on my Skream Anodiz is 11mm wider than the recommended size for my strong light cranks. I didn't even know until very recently that you can just find out what bottom bracket width will fit your cranks. I thought it was just trial and error. But no, you can Google it. Now, I still don't actually have a bottom bracket with the correct size, but after organizing the shed I found this Sugino bottom bracket, which is only 4mm too narrow. Last time I checked, 4 is lower than 11, and I already have this, so what the heck, let's give it a try. It's actually really difficult to feel my chain line, but I think that I can sort of see it going left now that I have a narrower bottom bracket. Just a little bit though, and it's much straighter than it was before. Remember that only half of the bottom bracket width actually applies to the chain line on the drive side. The other half is sticking out on the non-drive side. So in theory my chain line should only be 2mm off now, as opposed to 5.5mm before. Let's take it out for a test ride. Trying to film the chain line while riding was even more impossible, but I really enjoyed this camera angle. Doink, the wheel touched the camera. Yeah, the chain feels a lot smoother now. That's not surprising. I wonder how much better it will get when I get rid of those last 2mm. I'm gonna sort that out after my summer vacation. Not just for the perfect chain line, but also going too narrow made it very easy for me to touch the chain stays with my heels. It doesn't happen if my feet are straight, but it really doesn't take much, and it's a little bit annoying. Except for that, I've been enjoying this bike very much lately. I switched back to the wheels with silver spokes. They have Continental GP 5000 tires, 28mm in the rear and 25mm in the front. They also have latex inner tubes, which I think is sort of making a pretty big difference in how snappy they feel. But I do have to pump them a little bit more often than my other tires, because latex is leaky. I'm also really liking the stiffness of the aluminium frame in combination with skinnier tires. As long as my bar tape is comfortable, I actually think the quote-unquote harsh ride quality is fun. I don't know, I just enjoy it. I take it out a lot in the evenings and just cruise around town in the sunset. It reminds me of how I used to feel about riding fixie back in 2022 when I had just gotten my first fixed gear bike, which was a cheap Fixie Inc. aluminium bike with 25mm thick slick tires. I actually loved that bike. It made me fall in love with fixed gear. I only sold it because I decided to upgrade to a fancier frame. And here I am riding my Skream Anodiz. I spent more than a year looking at it online. I was just never able to look away, and eventually it made sense for me to buy it. It complements my Rebel Tracker Cross so incredibly well. I couldn't be happier with this hobby, and I just hope that I can keep riding bikes for the rest of my life. Having a functional bike shed for easy access certainly enables it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.